Okay, now that I have all three of my different component space plan option elements in place and on the appropriate layers, it's actually relatively easy to start sorting out this floor plan. I'm going to go ahead and look at this in plan view. So if I click on plan, this will be the easiest way. And here, once I'm in plan, I'm going to avoid orbiting and moving around because I don't really need to see this in anything but 2 dimensions. So what I want to do is I want to emulate these floor plans that I already have in place. It's just for the sake of this assignment, I'm not really that worried about generating and wasting too much time trying to come up with a unique floor plan. I'd rather everyone just get comfortable with working in 2D in this 3D program. So what we have here is we have a bunch of different 2-dimensional components. I'm going to orbit just to show everything here is flat with the exception of the text. The text is just 3D for, basically for effect. But all of these are 2-dimensional components, and we're going to get into in a video or two from now. We're going to get into how to make these. You have to have the Pro version to be able to import and export from AutoCAD. You do not have to have AutoCAD to be able to do that, but you do have to have the Pro version, and that's not required for this class. So I don't want you to have to worry about making your own, but I do want to show you how to do it. So what I would do to start out is I would just start selecting these guys and rotating them and moving them into position. All you're going to need for this is rotate, move, and then move copy. So I'm just looking at the plan as I go, and I'm making copies of these and moving them over. I'm just doing this visually. I'm not even really truly that worried about how much space is in between, but once I start making copies, I can see that as I copy them, if I open one up and start to edit it or select anything, it's happening to all of them. So that's what I want. I want these to be held in place so that when I start to edit them later on and replace them with 3D elements, they are easily, let's go 90 degrees on that. Just taking that back a moment, rotating this 90 degrees. Let me go back to my plan view here. Okay, so I'm clicking back on plan. And as you can see, I'm just kind of looking at the plan and making a copy of this. So it helps to have the plan right in front of me as I go, because I really just want to emulate this. And all I will need in order to make this work is move or copy. Okay, so I'm just going to go here, and it looks like I have one here, and then I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more copies I need to make. So I'll pull that over to about here, divided by, there we go. And I can just select that whole thing and copy it down. Okay. So I'm going to continue to do this. I don't know that you need to see me do all 3, because I feel like once you get the idea that really this is just about moving and rotating things into place. I do have to draw this wall here, so I'm just going to use a little rectangle to do that. And I'll take it down here to about there. Again, none of this is really about measuring or about making it super accurate. I'm really just worried about kind of trying to get a rough space plan in place, because I really want to see what my options are as I work. And notice here I'm using scale to bring that down. Okay, here's an example of one where I'll probably have to scale in place. So I put 1 here, and then this is going to be the exact same thing on the other side, but I'm going to scale it through itself like that, and then move that up. And I think in our older model, no, that's about right. We'll go ahead and push that up to just about there. It's just clearing that door. Let's see what we got if we look at this. Yeah, it's just about in place. Okay, we got this. I've got this table here that wants to go up into this point. Right, this one's going to be easy. I can just copy this guy straight down. Like like that, and then I can extend this wall. Just little adjustments as I go. Then I've got this one rotated right here. I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees. All pretty quick and painless. Just using pan, using move, using rotate. Go ahead and rotate this. I'll rotate both of these 90 degrees. Okay, so 90 that way. We're putting these right up against the glass. Let's see, we got the longer and skinnier ones on the outside, and then this guy goes in the middle. Okay, and almost there. Just bring a couple of these here, spread it out a little bit, then duplicate like that. And then I'll copy these up. Actually, I'll move them down a little bit first, then I'll copy these up like that, and I will scale them in place so that they are reversed. One last bit. And I chose the kind of most complex plan, 180 here, because I don't want to bore you by doing all three. I know that would get a little bit tedious to watch. I'd like everyone to take a crack at getting all three done so that you can see what it looks like once you've A, gotten them into place, and then B, when you toggle them off and on. So 90 degrees. And copy this over here. Scale that in place. And then finish up with that. And if you want, you can, once you're done, once you've got everything kind of in place, tighten that up a little bit. Once you have everything in place the way you want it, you can even bring this down here as like a title, because when you go back to your layers, you're going to be turning Jim off and on, and it should all go with it. Anything that I have now added to this plan also needs to be moved to the Jim layer. So in this case, these walls, if I pull up my entity info, those also need to move onto the Jim layer so that they turn off when I turn off the Jim layer. So now I can just keep Jim turned off. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to skip ahead, and we're going to assume that I have already done the other two, and in the next video we will look at replacing these with 3D objects and also making them into their own scenes.